It has been a couple of weeks since ChatGPT has been released, and still, ChatGPT is the most trending topic right now. Each day, people are finding new use cases using ChatGPT. In this video, I will show you how it can be used in the field of data science. Hi, I am Sudarshan Koirala, and I have been in the field of data science for around 5 years now. Next, here is what I will be covering in this video. First, we will look the login sign up of ChatGPT and the user interface. Then we will go through the basic as well as some data science queries with ChatGPT. And then we will ask ChatGPT to create a cover letter as well as CV based on the input that we provide to it. And then I will give my final thoughts about ChatGPT as well as I will mention what I will be creating in my upcoming videos. In case you don't know, ChatGPT is entirely free, and I have a doubt that it will be free forever. So let's get most out of it. And I would suggest you to try it. And let's just type chat. Okay, the first one, the first link points you towards the blog of OpenAI. So let's go here, as this is the authentic place we want to go. So here it says what is ChatGPT? It's optimizing language model for dialogue. If you want to go through this, I will provide the link in the description box. But then here is the link to try GPT. I have already logged in and this is how the interface looks like. But if you are new and you haven't signed up yet, so you can click this. I have already created. So let's go here. So on the left side, you can see I have already used ChatGPT and this is the history of my chat. So when I first used ChatGPT, this feature was not introduced, but now they have developed and the history is being saved here. And on the downside, there is some, okay, you can clear the conversations, light mode or dark mode. You can go to the Discord channel, some updates and logout feature. So, and in the middle, this is the place where this is the main interface where we ask queries with ChatGPT. And here are some instructions by default. So some examples, what are the capabilities and some limitations. And the limitations part is that it says that, okay, it may occasionally generate incorrect information and it can produce harmful instructions or content. But then the most interesting part is that it says limiting knowledge of the old and events after 2021. So that means that this language model was trained with the data before 2021. So yeah. And then if you see here in the capabilities, what does it have? It says that, okay, it remembers what user said earlier in the conversation. So same as humans, if we are having a conversation with someone, then of course we remember what he or she is saying previously. And then it allows to follow up the corrections. So for example, in our human conversation, also if we say something, then we might say, oh no, I want to say this, or this is what I mean to say. So there is a conversation, there is a context switch. So it says that it also can do that. We will check this later. And then here is the prompt where we can ask ChatGPT the queries what we want. Now let's go through some basic and some data science queries. So I would first walk you through what I have already tried here. For example, let's go to this chat here. It's so what I asked was, what are the top 10 technologies I need to learn to become a data scientist? So if you see here, it goes on giving some instructions and then the bullet points. Okay, you need programming language like Python and R. You need data manipulation and visualization tools like pandas, NumPy in Python, ggplot2 in R, and so on. And then we need machine learning, of course. And then there is big data technologies like Hadoop and Spark. And then it goes on saying that we need also SQL, and then cloud computing like AWS, GCP. And then there is the data storage and retrieval like NoSQL kind of things, and data engineering. So, and then it's again data visualization. So being able to create effective visualizations using the tools like Tableau, D3, JS, Matplotlib, and so on. And then we need the communication. So by just going through this, you get a high level idea that, okay, these are the main things or technologies that we need to become a data scientist. And then I just ask it more info. If it kind of recognizes what I asked it before, yes, it does it. So then it says, okay, certainly here are some of the more information. So it goes on adding some of the more informations. And then I said, okay, thank you. And it said, okay, you are welcome. I'm glad I could help. So this is how we also interact with each other. So this is kind of helpful. And then I just went to ask some ideas. Okay, got any creative ideas for a 10-year-old's birthday? And then it gives more ideas and so on. So now let's create a new chat, and then let's say let's talk it as a human. So let's say hi. What will it say? Okay, hello. How can I help you today? And then if you notice, it then automatically creates the heading here and then starts saving this chat. So let's just say, as we usually talk when we meet our friends or family or something. How are you? How are you doing today? Yeah, it says that, okay, I am an AI language model, so I don't have feelings or emotions like humans do. I'm just here to provide information and try to help with any questions you might have. Is there something specific you would like to know or talk about? So this is kind of bot, but then it gave a feeling that we are talking with a person. So now let's pick one topic that it says. So here I choose SQL, as you can see from the topic. So I pretend to be completely new to SQL. So for example, I choose what is SQL, and then it goes on saying, okay, SQL is a structured query language, and so on and so on. And then I said, okay, can you provide more info? And then it said, sure, here are some more details about SQL. So it went to provide some more detailed information about SQL. And then I want to have the context switch that how we used to have. So then I said, oh, I wanted to ask Python, but I didn't say anything related to SQL, right? So now it says, okay, I apologize for misunderstanding your question. Then it goes on saying, okay, Python is this, and this kind of things. And then I want to test if it again one goes back to SQL. If I just say, let's get back to previous topic, and then it says, okay, certainly, is there anything specific you would like to know about SQL? So this is kind of strange, or not strange, but it's kind of good to see how it behaves as a human. And then I just went to ask, okay, select a statement, and I didn't provide anything, and it said, okay, select a statement in SQL is this and this, and then it even provides some example. Then I said, okay, can you provide, or what about adding aggregate functions with examples? So then it says what is aggregate functions, as well as it goes on giving us some examples. And then I just want it to have more and more information, and I said where, having, order by, and group by. And then it understands that I want to have this in SQL. So then it says, okay, this in SQL is this. So it goes on providing documentation as well as giving code for us to test. So we can just copy this code and then try in our actual data. And then I ask some advanced topic like with clause in SQL. Then it goes on saying, okay, this is what with clause is, and then it actually creates the with clause, which is also known as the CTE, the common table expressions, and so on. But now let's say that, okay, this is SQL, but now let's create a new chat, And then now let's pretend that we are completely new to Python. So let's just ask, what is Python? Let's see. Okay, Python is a high-level interpreted programming language. It is created in late this. So let us ask something. I have saved here some queries. So let me just paste Python library is mainly used in data science. So you can see that I want to be a complete stranger or completely new to the topic, and then asking it the new queries that I want to learn. And now it holds for a second because I think there is a queue because millions of people are using ChatGPT at the same time probably. And then now it says there are many Python libraries that are popular in data science. So you see there is the NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, like TensorFlow, Keras. So if you have some knowledge of data science earlier, I hope you have, then these are the main libraries that we use in data science. So let's say that let's just choose one. Okay, let's do like this. Let's say that let's choose one. Pandas. What is Pandas? I just want to know what is Pandas. Okay, so now it goes on explaining. Okay, Pandas is Python library for working with tabular data, such as data is stored in spreadsheet like CSV. And then it is particularly useful for data processing, cleaning, and wrangling. So you see, it goes on explaining. So I feel like I don't need to go to Google and search where there are hundreds and hundreds of results. Instead of that, I just want to be precisely asking with ChatGPT, and it gives the correct answer. And for example, here, if I don't know what is wrangling, then I can just say, okay, what is wrangling? And then it will explain us, okay, what is wrangling. So it identifies that we want to talk about data wrangling, and then it says, okay, data wrangling, also known as data munging, is the process of cleaning, transforming, and organizing the data so that it can be analyzed and visualized effectively. So this is kind of me reading a book or some articles, but in a user friendly way, so that I can ask something if I'm confused while reading the output that ChatGPT is providing. And now let's say that, okay, can you provide me some of the modules, for example, some inbuilt modules of Pandas. Okay, it has now, Pandas has a number of inbuilt modules, and then it goes on saying, okay, the module for reading and writing data, and then, yeah, pandas dot plotting and so on. So yeah, it will go through pandas and then provide us what we asked. And then let's try one more thing after this. For example, what's the difference between map and apply? Because I have been using pandas, and map and apply is what I will be using like almost daily to do some data manipulations. And let me ask just that, okay, what's the difference between map and apply? So you see that in pandas, the map and apply are functions that can be used to apply a given function to a series of data frame. However, there are two types. So if you see, map applies to element wise, and then it applies the function to each element in the series or data frame separately. And then apply, on the other hand, applies a function either row wise or column wise. So the good part of this is it does not just say the description, but then it goes on providing the example. So now you get the idea how it can help. So I would suggest you to sign up and start exploring it. Now let's say that you know all the basics of data science. You know top 10 technologies. You know somehow about pandas, somehow about SQL and Python, but then you have no clue how you can, for example, read the data, clean it, and use XGBoost to train it. So let's ask ChatGPT if it can be of a help here. So now let's create a new chat. I hope it will work and the load is not that high at the moment. Okay, let's see. Let's say that read data, clean it, and train using XGBoost. Let's just pass this to ChatGPT. So it says that, okay, to read the data, you can use a variety of methods such as reading from a file or database, accessing it from an API. Here is some example code. So it also provides you the example code of how to read the data using pandas. So for example, for CSV files, you can do pd.read CSV. And then it goes you on explaining each and every step. So if you see now here, it says once you have the data in the data frame, you can perform various pre-processing and cleaning tasks. And then it says, okay, the example shows that drop rows from missing values and convert a column to a numerical data type, because all the data types are not same. And then now it says that, okay, after to train a model using XGBoost, you will first need to install XGBoost library. So it gives you the details of what you need to do. And then you can use the XGB classifier or regressor to define your model. So if you see here, it's okay, import XGB stat XGB, and it's a model this and this. So if you see that it 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 takes you from reading the data, cleaning it, and then applying XGBoost classifier, and then training it. For example, here it's splitting the data into training and test set, and then at last it is printing the accuracy for the model. So just by providing one simple sentence, it shows you overall flow or end-to-end implementation, kind of end-to-end implementation of how we can train a model. Okay, now let's go and ask ChatGPT to create us CV as well as cover letter. Okay, generate CV for data science role. I have done BSc in data science and have used SQL, Python, Databricks, speak English and Finnish. So I provided just this information, and then it went and then provided a sample of CV for me. So if you see, this is the sample of the CV. So, and then it also somehow added something which might be related to these things. So you can just copy this and then make your own customized CV, or you can ask ChatGPT more precisely about your knowledge and so on. And then I went, what about cover letter? And then it just takes the information that I provided in the previous query, and then it went on creating the cover letter. But one thing, this I have done this yesterday, but let me say one more thing. Let me ask here that, okay, create one more by adding TensorFlow as skills. Let's see if it remembers what I asked yesterday, and then just add one TensorFlow skills and then create one cover letter. Let's ask. Okay, it says certainly. Here is another example of CV. So it went to create the CV instead of a cover letter. So maybe it thought that this is what I need to do. So if you see, and then now it will probably add the TensorFlow. So it says certainly here is another example CV for a data science role with a focus on TensorFlow skills. So this is how you can take help of ChatGPT and do your daily task, or learn new things and so on. I hope now you find what ChatGPT is and how far it can go to help you. It costs millions for OpenAI to keep it running, so let's get most out of it. As part of upcoming videos, I will be creating a video explaining the technologies mostly used in data science fields. If you find this video helpful, click the like button to let YouTube algorithm know that it's useful, so it pop-ups on others' feed. And also subscribe and click the bell icon so that you will get notified once I upload new video.